Hey, Ramilia. Hey, Ramilia. GP Shadow, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Late night stream. I just got in a little while ago. Wanted to see if anybody else was up. Just hanging out. And I was on earlier. Thank you for coming in, man. How you doing, man? Um, Amazing weekend. Hope everybody had a safe Saturday with their family and everything. It was my sister's birthday dinner today, and it was nice to get out with the family and go eat some barbecue. I still got some leftovers. I'll probably go grub in a little while, and but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. So earlier we were talking about the Bobby Wagner watch. Everyone is on bated breath waiting for Bobby Wagner. Gwenders for 12. What's up, brother? 2 nights in one day. I so hungry. Yeah, I wasn't gonna come on. I go, you know what? I'm home. Let's just see how this goes. It was last minute. Sorry about that. And I go, you know what? Let's do a late night with Ramilia. And look at that T-shirt. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, there's my doggies. You hear my doggies in the background. I think my sister drove up. But actually, hold on. So if you hear them barking, it will pass. Sorry about that. Grunzer 12 says I just finished watching a live stream Ghost Hunter. Oh, okay. Um, and he says, "Oh no, they're barking." Yeah, they do that from time to time. People drive up, or the neighbors drive up. Um, but they're good dogs. If they know you, they're good. But they're a little opinionated. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I was thinking about it earlier. You guys mentioned the Showtime Laker uh, show, and I didn't know that was already streaming. I kept seeing the advertisements, and we'll see I'm going to see. I can't wait for that. What's up, my brother? Westy Rock 5 Rings. What's up, brother? That's a good brother, Westy Rock 5 Rings. He's a passionate cowboy fan, and I go on there time to time to Mark Holmes chat, the YouTuber, but he's a good dude. Granny Trump says the dogs bite hard if you're not a Ram fan. Yeah, that's true. No, it's funny because my buddies would come over and they got to get to know you. They're not used to people. They're inside dogs for the most part, and so I'd be like, here, and I slice up some bologna or something, and I give it to one of my buddies, and we're getting ready to watch a liquor game on the couch, and here, give him some of this, and next thing you know, that they're your friend. But they bark more than bite. Really, it's not too bad. But yeah, man. Well, West Rock 5 Week says, "Fresh Super Bowl, huh, man? It was stressful, man. I gotta tell you, we won the Super Bowl, and I'll take it, right? But I really thought we were gonna do some real damage. OBJ was on his way to uh, OBJ was on his way to maybe winning the MVP. He was unstoppable, and we were up 14-3. And I go, oh yes, here we go, here we go. And then OBJ goes down, and they're double teaming Cup, and we couldn't run on him for the life of us. Cam Akers was about 80% of what he normally is, and they just played they were stout defense on run against the run, and they were double teaming Cup, and nobody else wanted to make a play when OBJ went down. We were down to our third string tight end, and it was very stressful, man. But as long as we got it, it was very satisfying at the end. Stafford is I know he's our player, and it's not being a homer, but that guy. When we got him, I was like, wow, we got Matthew Stafford. This guy's been an unknown talent for a long time and hasn't got his due. And that drive, a no look pass on a game winning drive in the Super Bowl, I mean, that's a legendary status. I mean, can you imagine a Joe Montana or John Elway or somebody like that doing a no look pass to Jerry Rice, or I mean, that just doesn't happen, unless you're Mahomes, and Matthew Stafford's been doing it longer, but he's been stuck in Detroit. He doesn't play national games there. They haven't been good in a while with all the turnover and stuff. And props to the fans in Detroit. They were rooting for him, and he finally got to show. That's what he said. He said, "I want a chance to show what I can do. I want a chance to be on the big stage," and he showed what he could do. God bless Matthew Stafford. I'm so happy that we got him. Westbrook Five Ring says, "LL still a trophy though, bro." Yeah, that's right, man. That's what I'm saying. I'll still take it, but we can never do nothing easy, man. We can never do nothing easy, but I'll take it. I mean, and at the end, it was more satisfying because that it was stacked against us. Basically, we had Cooper Kupp and runs here and there by Akers, and our tight end, our third string tight end, made some plays, but Vad Jefferson, he wasn't making plays, and they were getting after Stafford, and I was very worried, but they were able to do it. Yeah, it was actually more satisfying coming back and winning that game. Gwen Trout says, Ramilia, you think the Rams going to have a draft on the running back? Akers just does not seem Akers does not seem like he'll be a top running back. Well, with Sean McVay and Les Snead, what I've learned from them, and they've talked about it, is they have ways to go about of needs. Of course, we need this, we need that. Of course, that's what they're focused on. But also they have another board, and every team does this, but not every team executes it like we have. And other teams that are successful. The Patriots, the Steelers for many years, staying on top, being competitive. We get the best player that's available. So, like, if there's a player that's a top-notch talent and we can use them somewhere else, even though it's not a need, we'll go get them if it's a stud. So we might, and running backs, I'm not going to say this about them, but they're not a dime a dozen, but you can get good running backs in the draft. Cam Akers was on his way to, in my opinion, to being a star before his injury. And, because he has power, he has good speed. He's young, and so he wasn't himself at the end, but he was close to it as far as the will and the drive. He just didn't have the explosiveness yet. Hopefully he'll be able to recapture that this next season with a full year, with the full preseason and camp under his belt. But yeah, I can see us doing that. And then Darrell Henderson's not very reliable when it comes to staying healthy. But yeah, I can see us doing that. And that's why, it's just so, and I'm not being a homer when I say stuff like this. It's so nice to be able to trust your front office. I trust Les Snead. I don't like that we got rid of Woods. I really wish we could have kept Woods, but I trust them. They figured out a way that we can have money for down the road and sign other players and so I trust them. We got the Super Bowl. There's nothing else that needs to be said when it comes to them. But yeah, I would not be surprised if we got a running back. But the one key guy that I keep saying about it is Brandon Powell, our kick returner. Man, we couldn't find anybody. We had to keep cutting Cooper, and that's not his forte. That's one thing that Cooper Kupp, it's not his forte. He's very, we put him out there and he can get some yards, but he's not going to break away really big. He's very secure when it comes to catching the ball. But thank God that Brandon Powell, everything just came together because before Brandon Powell was our kick return specialist, it was horrible. It was a nightmare. You know what I mean, guys? It was horrible. So thank God. Hey, North Dallas 40, what's up, brother? Yeah, doubleheader. I came in and said, you know what? I'm home. I was going to start that Showtime Lakers series. I made a little while, but I said, you know what? Let me see what my Ramilia is doing if they're out and about. And so thank you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. It's always good to talk football. And if you guys weren't doing anything, I was going to see if you guys were up. So thank you. It's right, late night with the Ramilia. Um, but yeah, I can see us drafting running back. The one thing about it is we'll probably get the best player that is available, whether it's a need or not, because if they can help us win, especially on offense. But we really need secondary help. Well, we need another edge pass rusher to help Floyd, and we'll see what happens. And hey, what's up, my brother Willie Bowen? What's up, man? He's like, "What's up, Ramulators?" Thank you for coming in, man. And second, I'm sorry I didn't let you guys know about this. I was just home and I was like, let me do a quick stream up and set it up, and if anyone else is up able to come in, so cool. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Granted 12 says, Ramilia, were you shocked with the Tutu Atwell pick? And he was a reach. I believe it didn't get why we picked. Yeah, that was one of those things I was talking about. Remember when we got him, we got Deshaun Jackson. People were talking about his health, that maybe he can't stay healthy, but we're like, well, he's our third option anyway. He's gonna just be a specialist and be a cherry on the top, so to speak, and make plays here and there. And then Tutu Atwell can learn from him. Well, then it turns out that Deshaun Jackson wasn't with it all of a sudden. He was like, hey, I'm not getting the ball. And we were like, well, we told you that. You're not going to be the main option. You're going to be a third option. We mostly want you for the big games and for the playoffs, but he didn't want to do that. And then Tutu Atwell never seemed to fit in right or get his niche. And so, but he's got that speed, and hopefully he can be I said it earlier in the stream, maybe like our poor man's Cheetah. I hate to say it like that, but the way Mahomes and Cheetah would play, get him in isolation plays, and get him comfortable, and just be another weapon, because right now with the rookie contract, he's very cheap to have on the squad. And the other guy is tight end Jacob Harris, a big body, tall guy, athletic, fast. I mean, I hope these guys can help us and get off this year, man. But yeah, I can see how we can, add guys, and hopefully those guys will be a diamond in the rough, both of them. North Dallas 40 says 3 winning times episodes out so far. It's very crazy. Okay, so yeah, the winning time, 3 episodes. Okay, it's very crazy. Yeah, I think I haven't watched it subconsciously because I'm a big Magic Johnson fan, and I was heartbroken. It was like, because when he announced that he had HIV, number one, I was worried for him because at that time it was like a death sentence. We're like, oh man, he's gonna be all skinny and maybe pass away. We were very ignorant on the things that were available. And you look at him today, and he's full. He's full. He's filled out. He's got buff arms, and he seems to be. I mean, I heard that if they were to do a test on him, there's no traces of it with the medicines that he uses. And he's a rich guy, but we all thought it was like a death sentence. So he thought he's going to pass within the year. So besides being devastated as a Laker fan and that being my favorite player, I was devastated that he might pass like that. But and then when this special came out, I was so stoked. I was like, oh man, they're doing like the Last Dance type of thing. But no, it's about the part of the parties going on, and everybody was doing this and that. I heard some of the stories, especially with Magic, with the going out with ladies, so to speak, and the great Jerry Buss, always had a beautiful woman on his arm. And so I think subconsciously I just haven't wanted to see that part of it, even though I know some of that went on. So I'm going to watch it, though. I'm a Laker fan, and I will watch it. Okay, so let's see. So 3 episodes. Thank you, North Dallas 40. So I'm going to check it out. North Dallas 40 says, where's Bobby Wags? Man, yes, I want Bobby. Man, I really think that we're going to get him. Hopefully they're like, you know what? Think about it over the weekend, man. Hopefully Monday will maybe, hey, we're going to sign you to this and that. I will announce it on Monday. Hopefully, man, I would love to have him. It'll be a different way to go about it, and he'll be a great mentor for Ernest Jones. I'm really high on Ernest Jones, our inside linebacker. But yes, I hope we get him. Granger 12 says, yeah, when Deshaun Jackson started to act up, they told him, in the words of George Lopez, now it's not the time to act like a poo. Yeah, I was very, listen, Deshaun Jackson was and is a heck of a weapon. I thought that he had, I mean, one of my buddies is a Cowboy fan, and he was telling, man, the guy's a cancer in the locker room. I go, no, well, we have guys on the team with McVay. He's all in. He kept saying the right things in the interviews. I'm back in LA, I'm home, I love being in this team. So I thought he was all in. And then all of a sudden he started, I guess he was bitching about not getting playing time. And I was like, what? What was going to happen. I mean, we have a full crew. You're just to help us get over the top to get your plays as well. But you're in LA, you're on a Super Bowl contender, brother. So I mean, I don't know exactly what happened there. McVay was high-fiving him running while he scored a touchdown, and he's a heck of a weapon. I hated to lose him, but when we got OBJ, but they're two different players, but they're very good weapons. I hated to lose him. I don't understand. I mean, he signed the contract. Nobody put a gun to his head, and he knew he wasn't gonna. And I would have been like, well, man, relax, dude. As we get going, we're gonna have injuries. Look at it. As soon as we got rid of him, then Woods went down and we signed OBJ. But imagine we had OBJ and Deshaun Jackson. I mean, but he messed himself up because he could have had a ring. But I don't understand that with that guy. North Dad, I see that. Hold on, North Dad. So I get back to let's see. Monster, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming in. Do you think Gay should be replaced? I'm not a big fan of his. I think we need a kicker. Well, I'm surprised you're not a big fan of Gay, just because I know that he's not a very strong leg guy, where like a Legatron in his prime. Hey, he's a 58-yarder. I don't know what he was doing with that one kick where he missed a 40-yarder or something against the 49ers. He normally doesn't do that, but he's pretty accurate. And it's hard to find kickers. So unless we find somebody that's gonna blow our skirt up, I think he's there to stay. But I understand what you're saying, though. But it's just hard to find a kicker once you get rid of him. So I think for now he's safe. Thank you for coming in, though, bro. Appreciate it, man. If you have any more stuff to put it up so we can talk about it. North Dallas 40 says Deshaun Jackson's mother blocked me on Twitter. Oh, did she? Yeah, Mama's protecting her baby boy, but he's a grown man, and I hated to lose him. He just seeing his swag, like OBJ. He knew what he was getting into. I don't understand it. Yeah, I know he's like, man, I messed up with this contract. I'm going to get hardly paid anything, but you did what you did. Even if you say, hey, man, is there any way that I can have some more plays this week or whatever, and they could have been, I don't know, he could have worked something out. I hated to lose him, but it is what it is, but golly, I'm glad we got OBJ though, and he helped us at the end of the season and some of the Super Bowl. Grunter 12 says, yeah, when Magic got HIV, man, that changed the game. It was scary time in the 70s and all that love. And just, yeah, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but I'll say it this way. Magic got HIV. They were partying, they were doing stuff, but all the gals that Magic was with or whoever was with, look at Karl Malone has like 6 or 8 babies mamas or something, and they were worried about Magic, and at that time we didn't know what was going on, they were afraid to get it. There's some basketball players that they could have had it and they just never came up and said anything, so it was just a time, it was just a weird time. And man, maybe the Lakers could have won 1 or 2 more championships if he didn't retire. But yeah, I was very destroyed when he was retired, and I thought he was a death sentence. And but also his gameplay. I mean, this guy, Magic Johnson, could dominate a game and have like 10 points, but like 25 assists. I mean, even the great Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Larry Bird's similar too. He does a lot of assists, but they dominate with scoring too. And Magic Johnson can have like 8 to 10 points and have 25 assists. And he was the engine that ran that Lakers Showtime. amazing player, man. I mean, amazing. North Dallas 40 says, I have nightmares dreaming about Jalen Ramsey face mask, man. Yeah, man. I don't understand that. Okay, you're in the Super Bowl, right? I thought that on every scoring play, New York or wherever the home offices are in the NFL, I thought they look at the plays. How do you not call and say, "Hey, that's a penalty"? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Imagine if we would have lost by like 4 points and they got that touchdown. I don't understand that. I mean, look what they did with Brady. It's the Raiders, so a lot of people say, "Ah, it's just the Raiders." The tuck rule, but I mean, it's in the snow, the elements, cold, and they're going to call it ticky tack tuck rule. I mean, really, you're going to follow the letter of the law in the snow and elements? You didn't. You know darn well that was a fumble. I mean, imagine if we could have been able to, the greatest show on turf, played that Raider team, and if we would have beat them, we probably would have beat them. And imagine the sports bars here in Southern California with the Raiders and Rams in the Super Bowl, we would have beat them. So I don't know. The NFL does some weird stuff. I mean, even us when we played the Saints, and they didn't call that crap on when they gave Jared Goff a face mask earlier in the Saints game, in the championship game, and and then later on they didn't call that play against us, and it made it look worse because had they called that play with Jared Goff, we might have scored a touchdown, and that play wouldn't have mattered so much, even if they would have gave it to him. So I don't know. Very frustrating though, very frustrating, especially when I thought we were going to lose because of it. It was horrible. But yeah, it's just like in boxing. You wonder why did they do stuff in boxing? You got the guys fighting. Why not after every round tabulate the score? That way the fans and the people know, instead of the end of the game, at the end of the boxing match, they're not going to, then you find out who wins. You can see all the way through, and the boxers know that they're behind, and they might need a knockout, or they gotta be more aggressive. There's things that don't make sense. But yeah, I don't understand how that could stay in a Super Bowl where it's a face mask. And I thought that New York headquarters was there to fix that stuff, but I don't know. But I understand, man. Me too. I'm glad that we got over that one and won that Super Bowl. What's up, Ray? Thank you for coming in, brother. He says, "What's up, Ramilia? Rams house." Yes, brother. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. It was a last minute thing. Thank you guys for coming in. North Valley Sir 40 says Bojo was a great kicker for the Rams. I hope we get Bojo, man. I heard that the Broncos released him. I haven't seen anything on him, anything else, because he was really good, but that's preseason. But Hecker's gone, so. And I don't. What was that with Hecker? I mean, did he have chicken grease on his fingers or something with that botched missed extra point? I mean, that could have costed us too. Oh boy, man. But I love Johnny Hecker. He's part of the St. Louis Rams, and all the wonderful plays, especially against the Seahawks, the fake third down plays and fourth down plays. God bless him. But that extra point, he was killing me with that. What are you doing on that one, boy? No elements or anything either. Just muffed that extra point a hike. North Dallas 40 said, "Oh, I got that one." Monster, it says, "Hey Ray, what's up?" Hey, thank you guys for coming in and talking to each other. North Valley 40 says, "I need the Niner." What does it say? Oh, I read that Niners might cut Garoppolo because of his shoulder injury. I don't know what hold he has over the 49ers. I mean, okay, you have a young quarterback. You gave all this draft capital. You're like not sure if you want to put him in there, but you did it. Keep going. This guy costed them already a few players with the salary cap. He's $25 million on the salary cap. I know that you want to get draft picks for him and stuff, but you got to cut your losses, man. Golly, I'm glad that's not my team. I would be freaking irritated with the way that they handled that. That's ridiculous. Let the guy play, and hopefully for us, he won't turn out and we'll own the division. I think we're going to own the division anyway for the next few years, but maybe we can start a 6-0 streak of our own. I would love that. North Valley 40 says, I remember when Magic played center for Kareem. Yes, man. My favorite player, Magic Johnson, played center, forward, all the positions, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar twisted his ankle, and he won MVP. And that guy is just amazing. The guy was a stud in high school, won championships. He was a stud in college, won championships. As a rookie in the pros, won a championship and played center for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, the guy was just amazing. When people, I kind of cringe when people say, and it's just an opinion, and a lot of people have the same opinion that Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time, blah, 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 blah. And he is one of the greatest players. But in my book, and I'm biased because I love Magic Johnson. He's my favorite player. Magic Johnson had the ball all the time. He's the catalyst that ran that Showtime Lakers machine. Michael Jordan was a scoring machine, a defensive monster, but he needed Scottie Pippen to guard the other players, bigger players and better players. And he wasn't a guard. He could have played guard, but he would have wore himself out. Magic Johnson was just something else. He's a freak. At that time there wasn't that big of guards. Oscar Robertson was the other one, but amazing. And Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team, and Magic Johnson won a championship. So, but I just say this: when it comes to the greatest players, they're all great. But if you had a fantasy Twilight Zone type thing where you can say, okay, you can have, here's a long 20-yard bench, and you got a young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his prime, Wilt Chamberlain, young Shaq, Kobe, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, on and on and on. And you say, okay, you want to talk about the GOAT and all this and that. LeBron James, a young, all of them are in their prime. I know it's fantasy, but just hear me out. And you say, okay, you got pick number 1 to start your team, right? And they say, okay, you got pick number 1. Who do you want? You can have any of those players right there, the greatest players of all time, the top 75. Who are you going to get? I doubt very highly that Michael Jordan will be number 1. I would say that probably Wilt or Kareem, because you're starting your franchise. Magic, Larry Bird, depends on But so when they talk about the GOAT, how are you the GOAT when if you were gonna if you were on this fantasy draft team and they're all in their prime, I don't think that anybody would pick Michael Jordan over Wilt Chamberlain or a young Shaq or a young Bill Russell for even that. Well, maybe Bill Russell because he's old school, but a young Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant. I mean, who knows? But I don't think they would pick Michael Jordan over Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it's just everyone's opinion. Like I said, I'm biased. Magic's my dude, but I don't know. I'm a Michael Jordan fan too. Don't get me wrong, but I hate how ESPN and everyone just automatically says that because, in my opinion, he would have won championships anyway. But he came up when Celtics, Lakers, and Pistons started to wear down and get old, and he was coming up with his team, and it's not his fault. But that Showtime Laker team, it wasn't Showtime Lakers in '91 when he won his first championship. They were beaten down. They had a lot of tread on the tires, so to speak, and they weren't even supposed to get to the finals. The Trailblazers were athletic in the young team, and the Magic and the Lakers willed themselves to get past them, and they took game 1 of the Bulls series, and they just weren't the same team. But it took the Celtics, Lakers, and Pistons to be a little long in the tooth and lose players, and the Bulls were right in their prime for them to win, and then they ended up beating the Sonics. You can't help who you play. Beat an old Laker team with Worthy and Byron Scott got hurt at one point. They both weren't even playing. But they beat the Sonics a couple times, the Jazz, Charles Barkley and the Suns, you know. So every series that Michael Jordan and the Bulls played, they were the favorite. Name one series that they weren't the favorite. They should have won all six, but anyway, that's basketball. But you know, it's late night and we're just talking about stuff. But yeah, so let's see, and let's see here. Uh, Monster says they heard they might cut Garoppolo because he sucks. Grander 12 says, "Yep, Magic was the only player at the time who could play every position and very well, and he could have been on the worst team and made it." Yeah, that's one thing about him. He was just an amazing player. I mean, he automatically made everybody better. Monster says, "Or Bengals or Ramsey's face." Yeah, the face mask with Ramsey was crazy. Bradley, what's up, brother? Thank you, bro. He says, "Harms up." Thank you for coming in, man. Appreciate it. North Dallas 40 says De La Hoya lost to Trinidad because he thought he was ahead and was cursing the. Yeah, you know, De La Hoya, as great a boxer as he was a master jab, man. He had that jab, and once he was in a rhythm and had that jab, I'm like, what are you doing? Keep doing that. You know, and he would even say, you know, I could have did better. Well, yeah, if you would have kept using your jab, but yeah, and we know it's because of betting and stuff and all that, I guess. I don't know, but they should have the score. Why boxing's been for for what 100 years, a couple hundred years, or whatever it is, around, and why not after every round have them total up? You know, they have enough time. Even if the next round starts, post the other round, the scores, so everyone knows where they're at. The boxers know where they're at. You know, it would be more exciting too, because hey, these guys can have to. It's got two more rounds and they're neck and neck. You know, they're going to come right at it. You know, but and that way you won't have any more of the Vegas, judges. You know, you won't have any more of that. You could still have it, but at least you can see them. Like, what the heck are they looking at? You know, at least you can see it earlier. But yeah, those were great fights. Trinidad, De La Hoya. North Dallas 40 says, who will replace Russ with the Seahawks? Yeah, I don't know. They're talking about Kaepernick. That's why we kept Bryce Perkins, mobile guy, our third string quarterback. Imagine if they had him. Who we'll see if he turns out, but he's very mobile, young guy. I'm glad that we still have him. I hope we keep him. I want to see him and Wolford fight for the backup job. I'm really high and bullish on Bryce Perkins. I don't know, man. That we'll see what happens. With the Seahawks, but they're definitely rebuilding. I'm going to miss them sweeping the Niners. I know that. And North Dallas 40 says Jerry West didn't want to draft Magic. Oh, I didn't know that. He didn't want to draft Magic. Oh, okay, interesting. So I think you saw that on the series then, huh? Interesting. Monster says different players at different times, bro. Lakers, Bulls, Celtics, a lot of great teams and players. I'm old enough to have seen these great teams. Yeah, it's different players, different eras. But what I'm saying is, like, Will Chamberlain, I mean, it doesn't matter what era he played, he'd be amazing. Same thing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, we've seen guys that can score, but not the full package like a Michael Jordan. You had Dr. J, but Michael Jordan was more of a better ball handler and a better shooter from outside. And I Magic Johnson to me is one of the, if not the greatest player, small guy in all time, because you can't compare a Will Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to a Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, because they're just, I mean, they're a foot bigger than everybody, and especially Kareem with that shot. But it's hard to compare. But if you were able to do a fantasy draft, man, it would be amazing to see who would draft first. If you said, okay, you can get a Wilt Chamberlain in his prime, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his prime, or Magic in his prime, or Michael Jordan, who would you get? But yeah, you have a point with the different eras. Grander 12 says Ramilia is in his prime. Man, I wish I was. I wish I was to be 25 again. I wish. Okay, this is going to be hard for me. Sorry if I butcher your name, brother. Upis to be a son. I hope I got you right. Horns up, brother. He says, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Granger 12 says, Orale. Alfred 25, thank you for coming in, brother. Appreciate it. He says North Dallas, that was one of the greatest, the biggest robberies. Yeah, the De La Hoya fight, and regardless of the last 3 rounds, yeah, that's the thing. If at least if they scored it, you'd see what's coming up. Monster says, let's talk Rams talk. We're gonna repeat back to back. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. We're just kind of moving over everything because it's a late night, but yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to the Rams talk too. And North Dallas 40 says in the movie, in the book, West didn't want Magic. Wow, that's the first time. Me being a lifetime Laker fan, maybe my subconsciously I just didn't want to hear it, but I didn't know that West didn't want Magic. North Dallas 40 says in the movie and the book, yes, West didn't want Magic. Yeah, and then North Dallas 40 says comparing centers to shooters is like comparing pitchers to hitters. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Tribe, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming in. I think Seattle's going to, yeah, Drew Lock, yeah. But I don't know if he's going to turn out. We'll see. That's who they're going to stick with. They probably want to come out. I mean, nobody wants to lose, but they probably want to get a nice draft pick and rebuild that way. And I heard that Metcalf might be on the trading block. Poor Seahawk fans, man. Poor Seahawk fans. I'm really surprised that they let Russ go and kept Pete Carroll. As much as I like Pete Carroll because of USC, I'm a USC football fan. I'm surprised. I mean, you got to keep Russell. You got to keep Russell and keep that going, man. He should have retired with the Seahawks. He has a lot left in the tank. To me, he might not be the same player was a couple of years ago, but he's still one of the better quarterbacks. North Dallas 40 says, going through Rams 2022 schedule and tell us the win and loss record. Okay. Let's look at that. The Rams, that's a good idea. Let's look at it. So, okay. Arizona. I think we win that game. Hold on. Let me. Arizona, we win that game. At Kansas City. They don't have Cheetah. Kansas City's tough to play. I see Stafford and the guys taking that as a challenge, as a good. I say we win that game too. At home, it says at the Chargers, but we know that's our home. That's going to be a good game too. I'm just going to say we should be able to beat them, but they're that quarterback. I love their quarterback. Okay, so let's say we're 3-0. Again, Arizona. I think we sweep them this year. So 49ers. And these aren't in order, I don't think. So I don't think they've announced that yet. But the 49ers, I say that we split with them. If they play Trey Lance, we could sweep them. If they bring back Jimmy Garoppolo, we might split. So let's say versus San Francisco. That's at San Francisco. So let's give them that one. I hate to say that, but let's just go with it. So what, 4-1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4-1. Seattle, we win that game. 5-1. Atlanta, we win that game. 6-1. Carolina, we win that game. 7-1. Denver. Russell Wilson. And that's going to be at Denver. Let's say they win. 7-2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7-2. I thought the Raider game was at our place. Okay, so the Raider game, we win that game. It's going to be tough, but I think we win that game. New Orleans, we win that game. So that's 8-2, 9-2. At San Francisco, we win that game, 10-2. Seattle, we win that game, 11-2. Green Bay, Devontae Adams, we win that game, 9-2. Buffalo Bills, Von Miller. Wow. Von Miller. I love Josh, their quarterback. Let's say we lose that game. Let's just say we lose that game. Dallas, we win that game. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 14-4. Oh no. 17 games. That's 13-4, right? Buffalo lost. Oh, I forgot Tampa Bay. How did I miss Tampa Bay? We play good. I say we win that game. So let's see. Buffalo's a loss. I got Denver. I have that as a loss. 2. San Francisco, we're going to lose one of those 3. I thought there was another one. Okay, so, and I think we're going to beat the Cowboys. So Buffalo's a loss. San Francisco, we're going to split. That's 2. Denver, I said we might lose that one, 3. (14-3). 14-3. 13-4 sounds good. Yeah, that's about right, North Dallas 40. Looking at it. 13-4, 14-3. The key games are going to be besides our division with the 49ers. I can see us sweeping them if they have Trey Lance, because he's a young guy, and I think we can beat them like that. Garoppolo's a little tougher because they're just so used to the way they play. The Raider game is a wild card because they play good. Carr sometimes plays very good. Tampa Bay with Brady, but we've had his number. It's at Tampa Bay again. I would love for him to come to LA. Green Bay, I just don't see them beating us without Devontae Adams. The Cowboys is kind of a wild card too. It's the last game of the season. Maybe we'll sit our guys, but that's about right. The North Dallas 40. 13-4 sounds about right. I don't want to say like, oh, we're going to only lose 2 games, but that sounds about right. 13-4 is about right. It just, with a couple of wild cards in there, I can see us losing 4 games, even 5 games, depending on how it goes. So we get snake bit, or we might have an injury or something. North Dallas 40 says Bills, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, San Diego, toughies. Yeah, it's going to be tough as we get our team all rounded up. And maybe let's say we get a Bobby Wagner. I can see us going 13-4 or possibly 14-3. If we just sign some guys and we have basically the team that we have now, I can see us 13-4, even 12-5. But it's going to be a great season, especially with all the other teams loading up, going all in. I mean, the Rams broke the NFL. Everybody is going all in. That are contenders. Alpha 25 says Las Vegas Raiders, SoFi Stadium. That's what I thought. I'm looking at this schedule here, and it says just says versus Las Vegas, and then the other ones it says at New Orleans, at San Francisco, at Tampa. So it's probably just a mess up on theirs. So yeah, so and that's what I thought, because I'm a season ticket holder. I should know that, and that's what I thought. But it was just weird how seeing it here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a great season. I see us right around that mark: 13-4, 14-3. Mostly probably 14-4. 13-4 sounds good. North Dakota 40 says, "Will Witt retire like the goat?" You mean come back, unretire? Yeah, that's what I thought. No, he's done. God bless him. He's done. I love having him. Um, Big Wit. So glad. Um, so glad he got a ring. I love that guy, man. That guy's just an amazing human being. He makes he gives us hope for the human race, guys like that. I love that guy. I got to tell you guys, I went to the parade, and I think you went. Did you go North Dallas 40? I think you did too. We got there, and I walked along the side. We got there towards where they were rallying. See this picture here, and you could get reports. The people try to make fun of our parade. Get out of here. But I made my way to here, and look at that. So I was like, so the Rams are coming around the corner to make their way back here to the Coliseum. They had this part blocked up. That's why in a lot of videos, when they say stuff, you don't hear big crowds. It's kind of delayed, or you don't hear certain things because this area here is probably about 30 yards, and I think it's just family members or media members, and so the fans had to be back further from the podium. So that's why when they're saying stuff, hey, we're going to run it back, there was either a delay or not as loud as it could have been, because this area here, right in front of the stage, was about 30-40 yards. From the stage, it was the media members and family members. They weren't boisterous like us fans. We were further back. So it started here, and all these fans all the way across. So I don't like how they did that. They should have had us closer. So when they were saying run it back, you would have heard a huge rock, because where I was right in here, and I started making my way closer, and then it started getting packed, and I was like, I don't like this. I was getting claustrophobic, so I took my ass to the side here, and I was on the curb watching the screen. Actually, about right here, watching the screens and cheering and stuff. But it was just too many people. I mean, I was like, "Excuse me," and I had my hand in my wallet and my phone. I didn't want it to fall out in case you nudge somebody. But yeah, it was amazing parade, man. I'm a Dodger Laker fan, USC fan, and but the Dodgers and Lakers, I never went to the parades because I didn't want to be involved in it's just the traffic and all that. I would watch them on TV and record them, and then I said, you know what? If the Rams win the Super Bowl, I'm going to that damn parade. And I went, and I thank God, my sister and my brother-in-law, my niece, we all went, and it was amazing. And then I'm a Disneyland pass holder. I'm fortunate and blessed enough to be able to have that, and I already had reservations, and that's when the Rams, Stafford, Donald, and Cup went to Disneyland. They threw them a parade. So whenever I go, I say, hey, 49er fan or whoever, welcome to the Rams house, and they're like, oh, because they threw us a parade too. So it's amazing, but yeah, it was that parade was awesome. It was awesome, man. Let's see. Tobisian says that, yeah, I can't wait till next year. Me either, man. I'm kind of just enjoying it that we got the Super Bowl, and I'll get right back into it. But yeah, thank you for coming in, man. And press the subscribe and like buttons and alerts. Oh, there's my doggies. And check out my videos. I'll be posting more stuff too as the season goes. as the draft comes up. I have a lot of stuff in the can ready to be posted. North Dallas 40 says, I was close way to the left. The Rams wanted it in the inside Coliseum, but NASCAR crap ruined it. Yeah, that would have been awesome inside. But yeah, as people started to come from the streets into that rally area, that's where we went to the right off the bat. I mean, I was getting claustrophobic and even making my way to the side. I was just like, excuse me. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the side, But yeah, I made sure that I went. Tobiason says that's an awesome picture. Thank you, man. It's awesome, man. It was just something that I wanted to do. There's a back picture of Donald, and right here looks like the fans are closer. Right here looks like the fans are closer, but this right here are family members and media and stuff like that, and friends or whoever. They weren't very boisterous, but back here, so you had the stage, and then here, and then from the screen on is all the fans all the way back. And so from these screens here back this way is all the fans, the main fans. So it was amazing. I wish they didn't do it that way. Like if they didn't have the NASCAR thing, it could have been in Coliseum, but it was awesome. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad that I went. I got this thing here, this chain, and oh, my bottle's in the way. This chain around my neck thing, and I got this towel. My sister got me that towel. They were throwing them out to the fans, and at the parade, at the rally point, and it was awesome. Thank you for that. North Dallas 40 says, I went to the Kings first. Oh man, that's awesome. Yes, the LA Kings. Yeah, one of my favorite teams. I remember back in the day, Marcel Dion, when they had the Lakers purple and gold jerseys, and I love playing the Sega Genesis. One of my favorite games was the when they had Gretzky and they went to the black uniforms. Luke Robitaille and all them. I remember playing the Genesis NHL hockey game. 1993 version was one of my favorites. Awesome. Bradley says, "Let's go Dodgers." Yes, man. Freddie Freeman. Awesome. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in, man. I appreciate it. I know it's getting late now. I'm gonna have to go, but thank you guys. We'll do more of this stuff as we go on, and especially as we get closer to the season. It's awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. I just want to say, hey, let me see if anybody else is up, But awesome. North Dallas 40 says, Marty McSorley, bet stick versus Habs. Yeah, Marty McSorley. The old school. We've been so blessed in Southern California with I can't remember the announcer for the Kings, but he was awesome. Chick Hearn, Vin Scully. Awesome. Even the Clippers announcer, amazing. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it, guys. It was fun, not just Rams talk tonight, just having a good time talking about the Lakers series and hockey and just other stuff, what's on our mind. And there'll be plenty of time for mostly Rams talk and NFL talk, but thank you guys for viewing and everything. And like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. And thank you so much. And check out for my videos. And I'll be doing more of these. Yes, Miller, the Kings announcer. Thank you, North Dallas 40. Yes. And I remember them on Prime Ticket. And I believe they were on Prime Ticket. And just the old school days. I'm an old dude. And that's why Magic's my favorite player. I remember I would watch the Lakers at on Channel 2 on tape delay at 11:30. Believe it or not, you'd have a marquee game, tape delayed at 11:30 after the news was over. It wasn't like it is now. Amazing. Monster says, night everybody. Let love our big win go rounds. Yes, thank you, brother. So thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate everybody. And thank you so much. And I'll be doing more lives and more videos. So thank you guys. I appreciate everyone. Stay safe and take care. And thank you again. And as we always say, may the Ramilia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up.